The JillStream. We are here. Jill is hoodied up. All
Hello.
right. Yeah. Jill, I don't know if I can relate to you
Hello.
being this very ghettoed out character now. You're like, the
Because
hoodie
of
is
a
very,
hoodie.
no, the hoodie is very intimidating. I feel like I should be trying to procure narcotics from you or something of that nature.
That's quite the stereotype.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my name is Antonio Bryson. I am a horrible comic book writer, and this is, of course, Miss Jill P. Pill,
Hello.
the Jill in the Jill stream, and we do this. This is Wire Wednesday. We do the Jill stream every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless one of us stubs our toe or some other unfortunate thing has happened. And of course, the audio from this will be on anchor.fm/Akari Press and as well as Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Google, and like 12 other places. We're everywhere. We're like a bad STD or something. Also, want to acknowledge our good friends over at Planet EJOBN. Please give us a good like there. We love you guys, Planet EJOBN. Hello. And if you are on one of the other platforms and you want to hop directly in the chat, it is youtube.com/Akari Press. All right. So this is Wire Wednesday, and we are almost through season 1 of The Wire. We are on episode 10 of season 1. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll only have 3 more episodes of season 1 after this. This episode is called The Cost, and it is directed by a gentleman by the name of Brad Anderson. Brad Anderson this is one of 2 episodes of The Wire he will direct. He will direct another episode in season 4, which is called A New Day, and it has to deal with
Yes,
Tommy
it
Carcetti.
is.
Yeah, so yeah, season 4 when they were dealing with all the schools and the housing project, all that kind of stuff, and so
It's
yeah,
it's a new day. Yes, it is. Hello.
yeah, well, new day rocks, new day rocks. Okay, but Brad Anderson. Oh yeah, Brad Anderson is also a pretty prolific television director. He directed episodes of Fringe. He is
His name
like
sounds familiar to me, but it seems like a kind of a generic name, also. So.
yes, but he also is one of the um directors from The Wire that does have a connection to Homicide: Life on the Street. He did direct an episode of Homicide: Life on the Street. And as mentioned, he directed these 2 episodes of The Wire that we will watch as we go through this. And he also later directed episodes of Treme, which is the next series that David Simon, the co-creator of The Wire, will have, that is set in New Orleans post Hurricane Katrina. Which Treme, if you a lot of The Wire people are on there. Clark Peters is on there. Wendell Pierce is on there. The guy that's the drug counselor, Wayland's on there. There's you'll see Wire faces on Treme if you watch that show. It didn't last as long as The Wire, but it was very enjoyable, and they actually shot on location in New Orleans. And
That's cool.
yeah, it was. Wendell Pierce is from New Orleans, so he was happy to come back on it. He's got family there and all that kind of stuff. But the probably the most famous thing that Brad Anderson directed is The Machinist with Christian Bale.
I never
Um,
saw that.
yeah. Oh man, that was crazy. Christian Bale lost all that weight and he just looked like a crackhead and stuff. I was like, whoa, that was a crazy looking movie. But
Mm.
before he directed The Machinist, about 2 years after he shot this episode here that we're about to watch, he, in 2004, he directed Christian Bale in that. And a lot of
Hmm.
people thought Christian got robbed and he should have won an Oscar for that role. But The Machinist is a pretty cool movie. I definitely enjoyed that. Need to start doing movie nights or something. Watch along. So I've been doing want to do stuff like that. But I am on HBO Max, as I am sure Miss Jill is.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Mm-hmm.
have your DVDs or however you watch The Wire with us, those of you that do, um, get yourself queued up. I'm on the zero screen now. Let me make sure everything is all sucky sucky. Okay, I'm on zeros. And are you ready, Miss Jill? Because I'm about to do the countdown.
I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and hit your buttons now. Static. Oh, all right. So, we come in. We're at the park. We see my man Bubs. He is sitting there. He's been clean for about 3 days now. This is supposed to have taken place about 3 days after he made the deal with his sister. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how long this lasts.
Yeah. Oh, this is yeah. But Bubs is like, oh man, I ain't on drugs no more, and he's clean and trying to get himself healthy. I think this is beautifully shot. I like the way he's clean. He don't know what to do with himself. He just kind of looks like he's like, wow. Normally I'd be getting high right now.
He doesn't know what quote normal life is really.
Yeah. Oh, they go one of his dope. that's kind of weird. Like when you if you were a criminal or you try to get clean, and then you still see people that you used to do the dirt with,
sure.
And then old boy just walked by and he was like, "What's up, Bubs?" And Bubs is like, "Damn, I know he about to go get something." Yeah. It's you still see. I mean, he's still got the little scabs and little scars, and
he still looks pretty messed up.
Yeah, he's like I say, he's only been clean for about 3 days there, and now we're on the theme. So when you walk through the garden, yeah, and then
fast forward. That's what I like every time. Like
it
if I
does.
was just watching this, it'd be like boop 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 boop. Next.
And but we get through the
not to say I don't mind an opening. Like I like theme songs and openings and stuff, but after
how did you feel about the Game of Thrones opening? Because they try to just like on The Wire, they changed it every season. So
yeah, a little bit depending on what was going on in the show, they'd change the map up. Yeah, I thought it would look cool.
Yeah,
and I like the music as well.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't care enough that I need to watch it every time.
No, because I'd watch
but
like
that's how I felt about the show in general. So.
Yeah, I'd watch some of these Game of Thrones channels, and they would analyze. They was like, okay, so we're in the new season. Let's analyze the opening of Game of Thrones. And they was like, okay, now they're showing Dorne in here because Dorne, this is, and I was like, man, I honestly didn't notice that they were changing it at first. And then I started watching some of these YouTube. I was like, I would just like, dun, 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 and I'd be like, okay. And then I started, oh, that building wasn't there before. And I was like, so then I started looking for it. But at first I didn't notice they were changing. All right, and then he dropped the bracelets. We'll see. There's Weebay. All right. So that's weird. This is obviously taking place after Omar had tried to kill Stringer, but not Stringer. He tried to kill Avon, but Avon is, but like I said, the thing with Bubs was supposed to be 3 days later, but you do see Avon everybody's in different clothes. So it is definitely a different day, but I was like, it looks like but I guess that benefits the viewers because it almost looks like it's immediately after the hit went down. But this is, according to the synopsis of the episode, that opening with Bubs was supposed to be about 3 days.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't need to see, what happened, them rushing him to, their back alley doctor or whatever. I'm good.
But yeah, it's weird, though, because, but we know that Omar is still shot. He's still kind of banged up and stuff, but he hadn't gotten help yet, I mean, he patched himself up.
Well, I mean, the episode just started. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I'm ruining it for people that...
obviously it's spoilers.
Yes, definitely spoilers. So,
this is an old show,
but yeah, here's Stringer telling Avon to kind of, yo man, I did try to tell you we need to ease off, and Avon's like, yeah, you're right, you did say that, but Avon Avon just feels like not taking Omar out is backing off. And he feels like, but Stringer's like, I'm not saying not to get him, but I'm saying to let everything cool off. And when he relax, then we can get him.
Right.
So, but, and Avon had to give Stringer they have to change their whole system because obviously someone gave Avon's pager number and Weebase code to the ops, to Omar. So you saw Avon have to give up his pagers. So now they have to like go a little further, use payphones, however they do. He said if somebody wants to talk to you, they'll talk to me first, and then I'll put them in touch or whatever. And there's Miss what's her name? Deirdre Lovejoy that plays
the lawyer.
Yeah. She looks. I forget, man. I always thought she was cute, so that's why I follow her on Instagram. She's like 60 now. That's crazy. She's I don't know. Well, I think
just
55.
Followed like a bunch of some wrestling things. I'm just like over it. Like if you're selling me things, I'm done. I'm done with you.
Oh yeah, that's great. And okay, so we see D'Angelo here, and now that old stripper girl has left him, he was like, I guess I gotta listen to my baby mama and let her actually move in with my son. Like, she been asking for us to get, and he's looking around and he was like, I don't want her to move in with me. So he really don't want it. I was like, be single, dude.
Oh,
just take care of your kid.
Wear a condom, asshole. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, he really
Too
don't.
Damn bad. You had a kid. Your life changed. Oh well.
He's like, God, I gotta put up with it. I gotta let him live here, and I gotta put up with my kid every day. That's kind of funny that he doesn't even want to be around him. I
don't think that's funny. I think that's sad.
It's definitely sad.
He doesn't seem to give two shits about his kid.
Yeah, but I'm saying I know people just like that. No, I understand that, but he just seems put upon. He's like, God,
right, like entitled, like a little brat.
And he goes into his kitchen to get
sympathy for him.
Yeah, I know, but I like when he went in the kitchen to grab something out the fridge, and he's like, God, my kid's got his toys on the floor and all. It's just annoying. He wants to be weekend father. He wants them to come over, and he wants them to leave. He didn't want to be putting up with it. Oh, so okay. So this is Lester. Schooling the youngins on the game, because some of them still don't quite get how the Barksdale organization runs and why they're having to watch all the payphones and why they need all these records and stuff. And
there's a lot of good acting and stuff, and obviously there's a lot of good scenes, but honestly it feels like deja vu a lot of times. Like a lot of, especially these scenes here, it just kind of like feels
they keep reinforcing the same thing. I agree with that, but I don't know. The acting is so fantastic. I've always given them a pass on it, but seeing it through your eyes, I can see where you're coming from.
Well, like I don't love this show like you do,
right?
And, like for me, like rewatching, it's like it's a little rough. I gotta be honest. Like it's not a show I would normally rewatch. Like the acting's great, but there's not necessarily a lot to like analyze or unpack. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's a story that's unfolding and it's good.
Oh, my man Orlando with the whip. And it's a drop top. Love it. Oh, yeah, okay. This is him hooking up with these drug connects.
The other people, right?
That he got his ass whooped for.
What is he doing?
Yeah, because he was like, he got an ass whoop, and he was like, I got my ass whooped for trying to deal drugs, but I'm still going to buy drugs from these people.
Yeah, he still has some little scheme in mind. He's gonna crack the top of the the Avon crew somehow in his mind.
Because I'm sitting here wondering, I'm like, Avon done had you beat up because you was trying to do this, but you still feel like you're not getting paid enough, so you're gonna do what you need to do.
Right.
So you like, well, if you get caught, what do you think Avon's gonna do?
Well, he can. When you feel like you're stuck, right? You feel like you only have so many options. He's like, and I don't even know if he's weighing the consequences or just doing what he thinks he needs to do to. I don't know. Does he want to get out of there and move on? I don't even know.
Like I said, he just wanted to like, oh, okay, so this is you heard him laugh, and we're gonna find out why later. But McNulty said, oh, this is I know people that have lived in places like this. And I'm talking right down to the bootleg electricity where you're having to run wires from another place in. Stuff like that. I mean, I've seen places like this for real. And so they try to find Wallace. Wallace in there. Okay, so here we got Bubs and Waylon. Yeah, who is played by Steve Earle.
Steve Earle, it always makes me think of Clerks, or of like the Kevin Smith universe. One of his, I hesitate
Well,
to
are
say
you talking about
actor
Tell Him Steve
friends.
Dave? When the guy goes,
Steve
Tell him
Dave,
Steve
that's
Dave.
what I'm
Yeah,
thinking of.
yeah,
That's what I
yeah, yeah.
always think of. I think of Steve Dave, exactly. Steve Earle. It sounds exactly.
I used to watch
See, I knew
comic.
it wasn't the same, but like it connects in my brain.
Yeah, that one guy that's on Comic Book Men. He's on Comic Book Men with Kevin Smith and all that. And he actually has a podcast. I think it's called Tell Him Steve Dave.
Oh,
That was
probably
his.
because that's in the yeah, it's a pretty
Let's see, Ming
famous
Chen, Mike
line from the cartoon.
Zapsik. I can't remember, but they
Tell him
all have
Steve Dave.
because Ming Chen has a comic book podcast that's pretty popular on iTunes and stuff, and I follow him. I follow a lot of the comic book men, so I always love that show on AMC. Although I think it's canceled now, so I don't know. But oh yeah, so this is Waylon telling Bub about unfortunately infecting his wife with HIV, but being fortunate that he did not also infect his daughter. I think his wife was pregnant with the daughter, and he infected her, and the baby was immune to it or whatever. And which I've heard of, that sometimes the baby, even if the mother is infected, the baby in the
Has a
womb can,
chance.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and yeah, man, this is crazy. So
they're just staking it out till they get there.
yeah. Now this, like I said, you're gonna see. We saw him a couple of episodes. This cop, but this cop's gonna be. We're gonna see him all the way in season 5. That's one thing I always liked about the show. They keep the same people throughout the series. You know, a lot of times you see somebody in season 1. They'll, even if they're only in a couple of episodes, they'll still be there like season 5. Okay, this is McNulty giving them beers and stuff to take care of him because he knows he's asking a lot for them to sit out here in the heat and wait on this.
Yeah, that seems like a really good idea. Give these cops 24 beers to sit on while they wait to arrest someone. That sounds like a brilliant idea.
I mean, yeah.
Obviously, I'm being sarcastic.
yeah. Okay, so okay. D was obviously not happy with his domesticated life with his baby mama, so now he's going back to stripper girl Chardine and trying to, baby, I'm sorry, come back. You know, it's like he don't really want to move in.
It's pathetic, frankly. He's very pathetic.
Oh, I'm surprised he don't just strong arm her and go, hey, you work for my uncle. You got to come back with me. So, there you go. So okay, we got Omar with the bullet wound in his arm, and he's kind of in bad shape, and he needs some medical attention. And
this is crawling to the cops when he needs some sort of something for himself.
Well, he has been snitching for him, so why not?
That's what I'm saying. Crawling to the cops when he needs something done. That's how this all started. Not all started, but I mean, he's only a snitch to get
Right.
revenge on the, and now he just needs medical help. So I'll crawl back to the cops. Ugh. He can't take care of himself. He thinks he's all hard. How does he not have a hookup for this? Come on.
Well, I mean, they in the hood. I figured there would be a hood doc. You always see those kind of movies or TV shows where like the mob people have someone that'll take, if somebody gets
They
shot
pay
or whatever.
them either under the table or they work for them or something.
So so now we know that the drug connect was actually an undercover cop.
Oops.
Yeah. So Orlando has made a very stupid mistake. And this is unfortunate. Okay, yeah, and he immediately started snitching. He done gave him the name Avon Barksdale. Now this is Baltimore County. He's a county police.
This guy seemed way more better at the undercover than what's his face on the Wire team.
You talking about Sn1?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Sn1 is still kind of he's real young in the face. And then you saw Bubs was having to kind of school him. He was still trying to wear his wedding ring, all this kind of stuff.
It's probably because we know him too, not as that, so he just stood out even more. So
yeah.
For the viewer, I would say.
So, all right. So this is them. They're getting close to locating the stash house. They got the stash house in like the next city or so over. It's in another city. They try to keep the main drug supply where they actually cook the drugs and process everything in another place that is far away from the towers and everything. And they've obviously picked that up from looking at the pager numbers and for when people are calling for the re-ups and all this type of thing.
Right.
And so now, they go, okay, so when they call for a re-up, this payphone number keeps, they use this payphone number a lot. And I'm surprised Avon didn't have, I guess he figures, hey, they're not even in Baltimore, so they won't know this number. But if they're tracking your phones and your pagers, they're tracking every number that you guys use. So
right.
so that doesn't seem, he was so cautious on some of the other things and switched up. Why wouldn't he go, okay, let's use another payphone or whatever? Because at this point, you're being watched.
Right.
Why wouldn't he tell the people at the stash house or at the cookhouse, hey, switch whatever payphones you're using. Don't do that. Oh, okay. There's McNulty. Okay, he went to sleep. And they didn't do the tie cutting game on him. I don't know if you remember if you ever seen any of they have a collection of ties that you'll see later in the latter seasons that they have up in the station when they get cops caught them asleep, they'll run up on them and cut the tie and pin it up on the board. And so I'm surprised nobody ran up on McNulty and snipped his tie, because you'll see when they showcase that in later episodes that they have
obviously haven't thought of that yet.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. Because I was like, man, McNulty's asleep. They should have just went ahead and clipped him on up. And this is so they got Wallace, and and Wallace, he's not street hardened yet, where he knows not to snitch to police and all this kind of stuff. So, that kind of thing. They're watching him sleep, and he looked like he hadn't slept in days. He just not. I mean, you've seen him. He's been just getting high and then not handling his business the right way.
Yeah.
And so, all right. So they think that this is possibly someone working for the Barksdales. Aha. Okay. Bam. They got it. Okay.
They're this time they're all in their correct positions.
Yeah. Nobody has to forge anything.
Nobody has to make anything up.
All right, boom. So now he's letting them know when the re-up's about to go down. All right, so now they got the photos. Okay, So now they're gonna follow him. Now he's looking behind him. He's curious, like, is somebody following me or whatever? He's looking. But they're okay. So you see. Sn1 got the cigarette, the 40 ounce with him. You know, he just walking around.
Blending in.
Yeah, that's how you blend in. It's like, Orlando just looks so terrible. Okay, now this is the thing. Like I said, he got busted in Baltimore County. And so now they're processing him because when they ran the name Avon Barksdale that he mentioned, they were like, whoa, somebody's investigating Avon. So at that point, this is the guy that they tried to flip. I think in episode 2 or 3, they what was it? Kima and McNulty kind of went to him.
At the beginning, the guy that just went to jail or whatever.
Yeah. And he said he'd take the years. They offered him. They told him they could get him a deal, and he said he would take the deal. He'd take the years instead of only snitching on instead of snitching on the Barksdales. He'd rather take the years, and so they went ahead and locked him up. And but now Orlando has been seen. And so he knows the address now. So now they got, and you can see all the surveillance cameras are on the outside. It is heavily set up to kind of catch people coming in all directions. And then, okay, so Wallace is just snitching. It's just around. He don't even try to buck. You see when they had Bodie in there, Bodie's like, yo, I ain't telling you nothing. You might as well call my lawyer or whatever.
I think he's honestly like just not subconsciously, but he's just trying to save himself, you know?
But he does feel guilty.
Jail, but like save his life, you know?
Yeah, he feels guilty about what happened.
Want to do this.
Yeah. And the stick up boy Brandon, he feels terrible. Now see, he just told a lie there. He's willing to snitch on everybody except D because D was good to him. And so he told a lie that he knows something that could hurt D, but he's like, oh no, D was good, but it was everybody else. That kind of thing is kind of weird. But yeah. Oh, so yeah, they got him, man. So they got because Stinkum's dead. Oh, yeah. D'Angelo is definitely tied to Brandon's murder, but Wallace was trying to help D, but he was willing to snitch on everybody else. That's I mean, I get it, but if you snitch, you got to snitch.
Well, yeah, he's too young to understand, and it doesn't really matter that he didn't totally sell out.
Yeah, he's like, oh, no, D didn't have anything to do with that, but yeah, the rest of them, yeah, I'm snitching on. So that's the kind of thing. So, and so, okay, so this is the thing. Obviously, Cedric Daniels is concerned that the Barksdales are going to try to kill Wallace once they find out that he is the snitch. And they obviously have already lost a witness. And because they lost a witness already, Daniels is like, can you guys put up some money so that we can put him in the safe house? And he's like, the city is already broke. We don't have money to pay for 6 months of like hotels for this kid. And so he's like, put him on a bus and send him out to his grandma's out in the It's kind of messed up. I was like, so what's the point of snitching if they're not going to protect you? I mean,
right.
Snitching is very dangerous. So, it's like, it's kind of funny. So, okay. So, this is them. This is Prez kind of figuring out all the places that Stringer and his B&B Enterprises or whatever have purchased. They somehow got a line on all these places that are going to be like housing developments or whatever. So these are all the places that he is has purchased, trying to become legitimate. And yeah, there you go. Okay. So they're sending, Prez out. Prez is going out in the field. And we have the ex-wife, I guess, and they are going through some of their child custody.
Frankly, this doesn't have a leg to stand on here at all.
Well, she's been keeping track. She's been keeping track of some of the stuff that Jimmy has done. And, she's
imagine what he's done that we don't know about.
Yeah, that's true. And
you can't say he hasn't put them in dangerous situations. Like, he has no leg to stand on. No.
Well, yeah, she's throwing the fact that he had Bubs in the car but Bubs was just giving Bubs a ride, but she was like, he brought a crackhead around kids. Oh. It was like, yeah, Rhonda, yeah, she's only there because she's sleeping. She's telling the judge that she shouldn't be there because she's a employee of the state, but she's not telling the judge that she's sleeping with the client or whatever. So, and
I don't know that it's totally relevant unless she was like sleeping with the other lawyer or something. Like,
yeah, well, that's a good point. So.
Like, again, there's nothing she can do to help McNulty here. He doesn't have a leg to stand on. Like,
yeah. So, okay.
She's just there to be a lawyer.
So now Orlando, because the other guy called and let everybody know that he's called
Avon's crew.
Yeah.
Or whoever, yeah.
Yes. And so now Levy is there. And now Levy is telling Orlando, hey, you have to sign all this paperwork so that you are transferring the ownership of the club and the liquor license. All that stuff will have to go to someone else who won't have a criminal record. The whole point of you being the holder of the titles is because you were at a clean, you had a clean record. That would clear you for the liquor license and everything that we needed, so that this front has to remain a front. And now you got a drug charge.
Than he is, but like, I don't know. In that situation with that crew, being the person who's supposed to stay clean and not get involved in anything, doesn't seem like the most terrible gig.
Yeah. So I was like,
to be the guy that's not supposed to ever go to jail.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be anywhere near any drugs.
The people that have to kill people.
Yeah. But see, like I said, I think he just sees all the money.
Yeah, he wants to be bigger than what he is.
Yeah. It's not so much that he's like, oh, I want to do gangster stuff, but I want him to pay me better, a lot better. It's like, because he was telling D'Angelo, he's like, your uncle, he's paying everybody else, but he ain't paying me that much. He just pays me a little bit to run the club and stuff. He's like, I'm on paper as the owner of this club, and the money going to your uncle, I'm not getting anything. Mm-hmm. So he don't feel like he's being compensated.
And I'm sure he's not. He probably should be compensated more.
Yeah, when they had the original problem,
but he might be right.
No, but when Avon had him beat up, maybe Avon should have been like, okay, look, man, we're gonna kick you a little bit more money, but I need you to stay clean. Maybe you should give him a little bit. I mean, Avon, what they say,
give him an incentive, and if he fucks up again, then like get rid of him or whatever.
But he didn't offer him no more money. He was just like, you do this again, I'm whooping your ass.
It's all fear based.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
He might have responded a little better to money. I was like, yo, let me just kick you a few more $1,000. So that's what it is. And
they wouldn't have had a problem with him had they just paid him a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what it all comes down to. He didn't feel like he was getting paid enough. He was willing to be the front. But he was like, yo, that's one thing he told D'Angelo. He was like, yo, man, your uncle keep a brother close, let a man eat. And he was like, I feel like y'all are all getting to eat and I'm not getting to eat. And that was one of the problems with D'Angelo, because once D'Angelo lost the tower, he felt like his money wasn't coming. You don't make as much money running the pit as you do running one of the towers.
There's a lot of entitlement amongst all of these people. Like everybody on this program, almost.
Okay, so now, Daniels is going to drive Wallace all the way out to his grandma's house out in the country. He's not going to put him on a bus. He's actually going to drive him out there himself.
It's like taking like a stray animal that keeps coming back and trying to like the cat came back or something. It's just like this poor kid.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I love Daniels. He's like, yo, are you gonna get sick of my car? Because he's been on drugs for the last few weeks and stuff, and he looks like he's going through withdrawal.
Yeah, for sure.
And
definitely going through withdrawals.
Yeah, he's like, yo, please don't. I don't make a lot of money. Please don't throw up in my car. Aha! We see Proposition Joe again. And yes, so okay, they have they got word to Omar that they want to offer him amnesty as long as he stops robbing their stash houses. And they reached out to Prop Joe. So now they're on neutral ground. Obviously, you see they are in the public. Okay, so here we go. I love Proposition Joe saying to Omar, "I don't believe we've met." Well, obviously, he's not gonna tell him, "Yo, I was the one that gave Omar Avon's pager number and Weebase code so that he could try to take Omar out. I mean, he could try to take Avon out." That would be beautiful. Oh, I love this. Okay. So, Stringer is very cautious of the fact that Omar might actually be a snitch and have a wire on him, which he does. He actually does have a wire on him. And this is Stringer letting him know. It's like, yo, man, I don't know no Avon, but if you leave us alone, we're gonna leave you alone. Maybe you need to go on about your business, and we can go on about our business. And I like this. This is actually, I think, only
Omar's business is just ripping off their drugs, though.
Yeah,
that's what
he's a stick-up boy
is.
Yeah, so yeah, but there's other drug dealers that Omar, which we will see, Omar will rob other people. So it's not like he can just go to East Side and start robbing Prop Joe's people.
But he's not, though.
Yeah, exactly. But as he said, he feels that with them taking out Bailey, it's personal. So it's like, yo, I understand I robbed y'all and y'all got to come back on me. That's the game. But y'all killed my man.
What a fun game.
And not only did y'all kill him, y'all tortured him and stuff and did stuff to him. Y'all didn't just kill him. So if y'all had just killed him, I would be like, damn, he was out there robbing with me and he got caught up. But y'all had to make a point of torturing him and stuff, and I didn't appreciate that. So I'm going to keep coming back on y'all. Okay. So this is weird seeing Omar. And look how big the Savannah. I'm looking at it. The how big the radio thing is. He's wired up and stuff. Today's technology, he would have like a little tiny thing on him or something. He had this big ass radio. But I mean, it's 2001. What are you gonna do? Okay, so we are in Baltimore County, out in the country, and Wallace is going to go see his grandmother. And he's like, see, that's a nice house. It's a nice house. You'd think Wallace would be, hey, this is great, man. I get out of the city. I can get myself right. They ain't a bunch of
These
crime.
Are people that never took him in before, though. So why would you think they care now?
Well, I mean, they are family, though, but I don't know.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
I mean, like I said, they didn't take him in before.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, he was homeless. He's pretty much. I mean, he's living in an abandoned
situation, but
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, and okay. So she was trying to. She was. See, that's weird. Her trying to work for the cops now because she was hoping that they were going to try to keep her around so she could learn some stuff. But they don't talk business in front of outsiders.
I am shocked that she doesn't end up dead by the end of this season.
She's not very good. Not to mention, there's a
Shocked.
camera. If I'm not mistaken, isn't there a camera outside their door there so they can see who's coming to the? I thought that
Probably. If
I
there's
mean, I
not,
could have
then they're
swore.
stupid.
Yeah, they've got cameras in that building, so I'll be like, "Why is this bitch leaning up against the door and listening?" to I'd be a little upset about that. Oh, okay. Kima's out with her boo thing, and okay. So yeah, Kima's out there. And this is when we find out that her partner, her wife, whatever you want to call it, is she works at a television station. That is what she does for a living. And oh yeah, alrighty. So I guess that woman there, I could swore I've seen her on some other stuff. She's probably been on something else. She may have been on. I think she might have been on Treme later. I think they brought her on to Treme. The one that kissed the other girl. So I think she ended up getting a job on Treme for a couple episodes. It's like she looks awfully familiar. I have to go back and watch Treme now because I was like, man, that woman looks familiar. And, oh no. So this is, I guess, because I know Kima's girlfriend she wants to have a baby. And this is kind of why she's starting to get to the point where she's wanting Kima not to work narcotics anymore and just get a job behind a desk. She wants her to, just be a officer that's pushing a pencil instead of out there kicking in doors and doing all that. And Kima likes running with the guys. She's a tomboy. She likes getting out there and, watching her partner's back and, all right, cover me, boom. Somebody, you saw
she likes her job.
Yeah, she likes it. She don't want to sit behind a desk and just do paperwork and file stuff like they had my man Cool Lester Smooth for 13 years and 4 months. And so she don't want to do that. But her girlfriend would be very, very happy if that is what Kima would do. So,
oh my god, this scene is long. Sorry, I'm like bored watching this.
Yeah.
Hurry this up.
Well, they're trying to develop more. They could have cut this out.
I understand. Everyone gets their time. I'm just being honest here. It's
yeah. And when you kind of look,
I'll try to keep my negativity to
no. I like you being honest. No, that's why the show works. You have to be honest. I was like, so.
Oh my god, it's still going.
She's telling the story about the officer that when she first got her ass whooped when she first got in the force, and then
this is like the perfect example. I don't know if I said it on air or off air, but like rewatching this, it's like fast forward. Like I already know all of this. Let's move on. Like I don't know. There are a lot of scenes where I'm just like, I don't need to rewatch this.
Yeah. I don't know. Women kissing each other's eye.
Okay. Well, if that's the most important thing you take from the scene, sure.
Plot development. And aha. So this is
that was character development, not plot development.
Oh yeah, okay. They're developing something. Oh, okay. So here is Sn1 and Prez, and they are at the stash house or the cookhouse, I guess I should keep saying. So they set it up so that they could actually get the trash from this place because they believe there's going to be a considerable evidence of drug activity. Yes, as you can see there.
And there is.
Yes. You see baking soda and like burnt out, like tins where they were cooking the heroin. And Yeah. Aha! Here he is. Wig. So boom. And so then we find out that Wig used to date Kima before she decided that she was more into women.
Or she was pretending.
Eh, she seems to genuinely like him, but that doesn't mean that you're still not a lesbian, I guess.
She could be bi. We don't fucking
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, she could. Although,
and frankly, who gives a shit?
It's like, I don't know. Character development. So, and but yeah, so them running the name Avon Barksdale, it comes up. He goes, "Oh, this crime unit is looking into Avon Barksdale," and so he has to find it. And he finds out that his old lady friend Kima Greggs is on this unit.
Oh my god, he basically tells us the whole story of what we already just witnessed and watched. Like, seriously.
Exposition.
But we just saw it. We saw it. We don't need the exposition, is what I'm saying. Like, what's the point?
I never thought of it. I gotta be honest. I never thought of it.
A phone call, like. Well,
anyway, oh, that's funny. Okay, took Chardine out to get a little lunch. Okay, and yeah. All right, man. Well, I see Weebay. There is Bird. Although Bird's locked up, so yeah. And they already got Bird.
Still good to know who's involved, right?
Yeah. And this is when she tells him that she really can't see that well. And she's like, yeah, so she don't wear, she can't, she don't
probably
wear
makes her job a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say easier, but less.
Yeah, show up at the strip club with.
To see these gross dudes.
She could just show up at the strip club with her granny glasses on, and that would not. Yeah, that's not good. So, okay, so as they are trying to explain to Miss Perlman now, the way they have everything set up, Avon is isolated. So they can maybe put some Tic Tac stuff on him, but they don't actually have him. They have him connected to people that they can put charges on, but they don't actually have anything on him. No murders. They can't prove he doesn't have any property in his name that they've seized. They don't have him on camera giving anything, or they don't have him on a wiretap ordering anything illegal to be done.
Yeah, he has not slipped up.
No, at all.
Them, he may have, but not that they've noticed.
No. And it's actually kind of weird because, like, right before, like, when we get into when they finally were able to get a case together on Stringer, in the later seasons, things happen. And they were like, and McNulty's like, damn, he didn't know I had him. He didn't know I was about to catch him. And that's where you kind of see that McNulty sees this as like, they keep doing the chess thing in The Wire, and McNulty sees this as a game of chess between him and Stringer Bell, and he wants Stringer to know, I finally got you.
Do you think McNulty is a chess player?
He's not definitely smart.
Not like, does he actually play chess? But I mean, like, do you think he's smart enough to, quote, play chess?
I think so, because
he gets some collars, and
he actually has one of the higher. They actually said that he had one of the higher clearance rates of the detectives in there.
Well, and him and what's his name go over that crime scene pretty damn good too.
Yeah. So I mean, his mind kind of works like a puzzle. I think he's very smart, and he likes to solve. But just like we see, Prez likes to solve puzzles.
Right, which is why they're detectives. They should be detectives. Those are who the detectives should be. Yeah, that like to solve puzzles and also not get wrapped up in personal bullshit.
Yeah, because I remember when I got robbed for the second time. I was at my job and I got held up at gunpoint. And when the detective came in, you could just tell he just didn't give a shit. He was just like, "Look, we're not gonna catch this guy." Just telling me straight up, he didn't give a shit. He was like, "We ain't gonna catch this guy, man." He's like, he said, "Unless he robs somebody else, we probably not gonna catch him."
Right. Even if we had like a DNA sample or fingerprints, it's at the bottom of the pile. That will probably be done in 2 years' time if they ever get around to it or something.
One thing that pissed me off is when he ran out the door, he really grabbed the door. I know his fingerprints were on it. He grabbed the door, and I was like, "Aren't you guys gonna dust for fingerprints?" And like, well, they were like, "No, man, so many people grab that door.
Takes up their resources."
Yeah,
you know what? Actually, like honestly, with a door like that and grabbing it like that, they probably wouldn't have gotten a good print off it. But you never know. I mean, they've probably seen it time and time again. It's like, yeah, we're not getting anything off this.
Well,
that doesn't mean you can't do your job.
But but I talked to another detective, and he actually told me, he's like, "Man, those crime kits actually cost a lot of money."
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
He said the guy only stole $70, and he said it would cost more for us to actually run his
One of my favorite CSI episodes, Gil Grissom has to like head out to this like remote town in Nevada where something happens, and obviously everyone knows each other, and it's the classic, like they're kind of conspiring against him solving this case, and he gets his kit stolen out of his car. But he's like, fuck it, whatever. I'm a CSI scientist. So he goes to the hardware store and just like creates his own kit out of like stuff, like whatever, like chalk or whatever for finger powder dust. And it's pretty cool. Great, he's like, I'll get my job done any way I can.
Okay. So they have flipped. They have flipped Omar. I mean, they have flipped Orlando.
Was this the episode? Is this going to end, or is that?
Is
that the end of this episode?
No. Well, we're gonna see it.
She's all dressed up right now.
Yeah, and then it'll go. The beginning of the next episode will go into. But yeah, we're about to. Okay. It's about to go down. So. Yeah. So.
But it doesn't go. It doesn't like go down at the end of this episode and then into the next.
Yeah, episode? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
The dirt's about to happen.
Right. Then, we don't have too much time left in the episode.
Yeah. So yeah, this is
honestly, we had to have something happen, especially on the cop side, I think, just for the drama of the show, because again, a lot of exposition shit's been happening, and they're just like listening to wires. It's like something had to happen to somebody to like ratchet up the drama in this thing.
Yeah. So they got the drugs from the county because remember that guy.
My God, how long has he been sitting here? Days?
Well, also know that he can't go home until a certain time. Remember that was part of it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, damn, dude, go get a job or something, man. I'm like, go get a job.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah. Well, look at him though.
I mean, he looks. I get it. He looks messed up, but there are places that will hire.
Right, exactly. I was just gonna say there's something, but he doesn't know. Like that's so far from what he's done recently. Like it's, who knows how many years has been like this. You don't just like go, oh, okay, just go get a job. Like he doesn't know what to fucking do.
He's like sit on the bench all day. You see, because like I say, his sister told him, he can't be home at certain times. Right. So
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, damn. So he just been sitting out there on the bench all day. He's Forrest Gump. He's just been sitting out there all day. All right. So there's Savino. And then let's see. I don't think. Yeah, we won't see Savino again.
We'll see him like she'd be with Orlando. That's like the most unrealistic thing to me. Like this woman would be with Orlando. I don't know. She seems a little too classy for him, frankly.
That's why she calls herself kind of dressing down, letting her hair down and with the big hoop.
I would say she's like not dressed down enough. Like she looks too put together, in my opinion. For him. Okay. Like she looks too good for him.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
So they Savino turned the radio up because they believe that Orlando is a snitch. And just in case,
she is.
Yeah.
They got that pegged.
So they have to take him out because he wasn't gonna even tell them that he got arrested because he was like, oh shit, And then he
I
just
kind of liked that they waited this long into the season to do this because like I've said, we've seen all these scenes that are kind of like the same over and over again, and nothing bad ever happens to the cops. Like they're kind of just doing their thing, going along, and now we actually see some consequences for their side,
right.
just by doing their jobs. But yeah.
And this
It
is
makes it a little bit more meaningful that we just have this one incident here. Though we did have the incident at the beginning with Prez and the two doofuses, but honestly, it was three doofus drunk cops getting what they deserved, frankly, in that situation. So
okay. So Salvino has taken the money and he's supposed to be coming back with the product, right? So this is when you see Orlando and Kima, and she's not sure quite where she is because she saw the street signs, but she was like, I saw the street sign said one thing, but this don't look like that neighborhood. And that's when Orlando's telling her that the hoppers switched the signs around to confuse the cops because he knows that they have to call in their location. What's your 20?
right.
You know, to tell them. And so, she's kind of trying to relay the information to the other teams to kind of let them know, hey, the sign said this, but I don't think we're there. And, so they're kind of confused as to where her exact location is. But now we got Weebay and Little Man pulling up on her. And, okay, here we go. And remember, she's got a gun taped under the back seat. Okay, here we go. It's action time, baby. It's about to go. Bam! Oh.
Does Orlando die? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he was right there in the front.
He was in the front. He took the brunt of that. He was at the front of the log ride on that one. He took the big splash.
If Kima hadn't been in the back seat, she definitely would have been dead too.
What? We don't know that she's not dead yet. She survived, people.
Well, I mean, she survived, but she gets pretty
in a
banged
coma
up
for a little bit. I can't remember. She's just out.
I mean, yes. I mean,
we'll
they had to do surgery.
Episode, but...
Yeah, they had to do surgery on her and stuff. She loses blood. Yeah, they had to. It's kind of crazy.
It's a police chase now.
But remember, like I said, they're not 100% certain of where her location is.
Right, it's not really a police chase, more like a police hide and seek right now.
And they got a damn chopper overhead. That's crazy. So they gotta see. Nowadays, they would have some kind of.
They got that many assets to work with here.
Yeah, see, nowadays they would have like a GPS in the car or something. They would have that kind of stuff. But
or just a cell phone, right? Like,
yeah,
probably can do a lot these days. But
oh yeah, definitely. Boom. All right, so Orlando is chalked up.
I could see that being something nowadays, though, where they'd like frisk you and take your phone before taking you to a spot or something.
Boom. Okay, so they have found the location. Okay, they got Kima. She's busted up. Oh,
we don't even see her.
Yeah, I don't.
There she is.
Yeah, it's messed up, and she I like the part when she when she does come to in the next episode or so. I think maybe 2 episodes from now, when she talks about that she taped the gun. They didn't tape the gun under the seat the right way or something. It was because she was sitting there reaching for it, trying to. It was
like awkward to grab. It was like too far forward or something, right?
Yeah, they didn't tape because if she had been able to just reach down there, she would have had a direct pow pow and could have fired back.
She should have taped it herself. First off, it was probably one of their long ass man arms or something. It was probably Prez, whoever had the longest arm.
Oh no! Don't put that on Prez.
The gun.
Oh god!
No, he wouldn't have had anything to. It wasn't Prez. It was probably McNulty or something.
If Prez, that would be funny. Like, say you found out that it was Prez.
Let's blame Herc. Why not? Blame Herc. He's a dumbass anyway.
Prez taped the gun underneath, and the gun, like, if she's able to grab it, it jams or something.
Yeah.
Because Prez is just horrible. Oh, but there you go. All right, so
cops always like one step behind here, frankly.
Yeah.
The few times they've gotten ahead with the phones and the pagers and once they kind of got hip to that, they've been one step behind. Even with their snitches, because like as we saw with Orlando, one of Avon's snitches inside saw him and, game over. They didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, so okay. So the next episode, which is episode 11, is called The Hunt. And yeah, it is. It's actually written by a woman named Joy Lusko.
Oh, actually, wow, actually.
We only had 2 episodes this season written by women, so that's why I said that. Don't see a lot of these young ladies that are like crime writers.
How do you know they're young?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Why do you say that then?
I don't know. I just call everyone young lady.
Why?
Because you're a young lady. I don't know. You're 55 years old, and I'm like, but you're young.
Okay.
Am I being a sexist pig or something?
I don't know. Everyone takes things differently.
I don't know. I'm trying to work on not being a
case by case basis, but it might not. I don't know. Whatever. It sounds like something you'd say to a young lady. If you say it to like, I don't know, an older woman, it does seem kind of insulting. I can't tell you why. It just does.
Well, that's why you're here, Jill. That's why. Yeah.
But again, that's just me. I only ever talk for myself.
Yes.
Just
well,
so everyone knows.
Well, you've done a lot of.
For women, I speak for myself.
You only speak for yourself. Yeah. I speak your name. Yeah. Well, anyway, but that okay. So the wire is over. The JillStream is over. Let me see.
Right. The episode ended. Kima's shot.
Yes.
Will she survive?
Yes. Yeah. Well, we're hoping that Kima is still going to be able to walk through the garden, but she will have to watch her back. That is, yeah. Yeah, see what I did there? All right, but we will be back, barring another paper cut or something. We will be back. The JillStream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, you can catch the podcast audio here at anchor.fm/Ikari Press. And of course, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, all that good stuff. And hello and goodbye, I guess, to our good friends over at Planet EJOBN that have been hanging out and watching these streams with us. And of course, youtube.com/Ikari Press if you want to just hop directly in the chat. Jill, is there anything you would like to say before I end this bad boy?
No.
All right.
Bye.
TTFN.